Oh.
Are you ready, Bardic?
Y-
Are you?
yes.
Come on.
I don't
Let's
know.
give me definitive answer. Are you ready?
I don't think I am ready for this jelly.
Okay. Well, we are
And that's a
live.
really. I assumed. And the more I've just realized that doesn't rhyme.
No, it doesn't.
Those bastards. They say it so convincingly you believe it's an actual lyric that works.
There's
What,
like
ready and jelly?
for it.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, if you say it with enough confidence, it sounds, you can make it sound like it rhymes.
I feel lied to and betrayed.
With enough alcohol, anything rhymes.
There you go.
True. That's very true.
See, now, is it the person hearing it who has to partake in enough alcohol so their hearing is, I can't think of the correct word, warped?
Yeah.
Malfunctioning? Or is it the person speaking it who needs to have enough alcohol so then everything slurs and basically sounds the same anyway?
I think it's like basically you have a set amount of alcohol and it's split between the two parties.
Yes. It could be 20-80 or 50-50. Or it could be 100% on one side and 0 on the other.
But either way, somebody here believes these words rhyme.
Right.
So, we're meant to be playing Pokemon, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Or do you just want to sit here and figure out other song lyrics that are actually lies?
Any song that counts, where they in the lyrics go 1, 2, 3, 4, it's horrible. Unless that is the first thing in the song. Unless they count the song in, it is terrible.
Yeah, why would you do the musical count-in partway into the
No, it's
song?
not. It's lyrics. And it's terrible. It's the laziest writing ever.
Yeah.
Also, if they say ABC or something stupid like that.
Are you telling me that Jackson 5 were not, like, great lyricists?
I'm saying that that song is terrible if a person does that.
We're about
We're
to have
gonna
a
have-
fight.
Yeah. So to avoid that, hi. Hello, how are you? And welcome to the party. That's where we are here today at this time. And that applies to every time that you are watching this. We are here. That's how videos on the internet work.
Mhm.
I should plan what I'm gonna say better.
Ah.
Nah, screw it. We'll see what happens. Hi. Planning. Every thought I had just vanished to be replaced by just the voice in my head saying, "Just scream."
I mean,
That comes later.
It's okay. I got this. Hi. First of all, welcome to the party. We here this evening, day, noon, time, place, are going to be playing some Pokemon Tabletop Adventures, which is a fan-made, free to access and play Pokemon tabletop role-playing game, which you can find on the internet for free. Just Google Pokemon Tabletop Adventures and you can find it. I am your game master for this evening. The Bardic Knock, it should say that underneath my face, somewhere down there. And other words before I remember what I was going to say about our amazing sponsors here at Welcome to the Party. We have a bunch of people who make things happen behind the scenes that allow a lot of this stuff to go on. So let me remember them and tell you all about them, such as Tabletop Loot. That they are a company that make loot for tabletops. specifically tabletop gaming, not just like for generic tops of tables.
They don't make tablecloths very much.
Mm.
I mean, it's not technically a lie. Like, you know, they just need to put tabletop gaming loots for it to not be misleading 100%. But yeah, things like small plastic math cubes.
Mm-hmm.
You can get lots of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they do mugs. I don't know. They do lots of really great stuff, and they will take like most of your money, because once you buy one set of small, colorful math shapes with numbers on, you physically cannot stop. It's a terrible, terrible habit, and I encourage you to do it right now.
Mm-hmm.
So there's them. There is also Devon Rue, the mistress of maps. Her wonderful website, rueinc.com. She is a fantastic artist. She does lots of stuff for the tabletop community in general. She has like free artwork just on her website that is available for anybody to use for streaming purposes and things like that. So it's just there, and it's awesome because she's an awesome human being. And she sponsors this. Also, you can go and support her by buying stuff from her website or supporting her on Patreon. And if you have no idea who she is a cartographer. So she does draw them maps, all them maps. But famously, she does all the stuff for Critical Role. I think that's meant to be like a big deal.
Well, it does say critical in front of it.
Yeah,
It does mean it's important. That sounds important.
it does. I mean, although let's face it, if you're watching this right now, you aren't watching. Well, as this is going live, 'cause this
Yeah.
happens at about the same
If
time,
you are watching
so-
us, you probably don't know what Critical Role is.
and please do not leave us to go check it out. Like, wait until afterwards. They might have more money, talent, good looks.
We've got mix.
We've got mechs
Bam.
and Pokemon. So
An ice cream pizza.
yeah,
Exactly.
take that.
However, I do see our
So-
viewers went from 6 to 2, so maybe never mind.
Why would I told him? And finally, there is So Nerdwear. So Nerdwear is a wonderful company. They make lots of clothing and merch-related stuff, including the Welcome to Party merch, which you can learn about if you put in the exclamation mark merch in the little chat thing. What? Blah, blah. I said words. You can't prove I didn't. Don't click back on the video and prove I didn't. Yeah, great. It's run by a great guy, Matty, and it's just amazing. He does lots of amazing stuff to help people make merch, and it's all nerdy, good stuff. So go check all of that out. I'm going to stop talking and drink some more water because I'm clearly delirious. And so somebody else is going to speak and say who they are while I collect my thoughts silently. We don't have Nerdy here with us, Nerdy Teddy. She is, I think she's at a convention, or she's
I believe
somewhere.
so.
And in Minneapolis.
That's the one. She's doing something fun and adventurous in real life.
I don't understand.
No, she mentioned something about outside, and I was like, nah, can't relate. So that messes up the order of things, but that would then lead us to Michi. Michi, do you want to tell us who you are and what's going on whilst I figure out what I'm doing with my life?
I am Michi. I am playing Clementine, who is an absolute sweet cinnamon bun, who is currently piloting a Beware mech that is wielding an Aegis Slash mech as a sword and shield.
Yes.
These are normal things that anybody would expect.
Yep.
Pokemon!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you do that in red.
No, they fit it into yellow.
Oh.
There was a glitch in red. You know, that's the whole Cinnabar Island thing. You know, they started the coding, realized they didn't have the time for it, and that's what the M and missing no is. It stands for mech.
Oh.
Today you learned.
Yeah.
So, Lily, you want to tell us who you are?
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Lily. I'm Lillipad Nebula and like all the places and stuff. I'm here tonight to be Maya Waltz, aka Venom, aka the best hacker in the world. I would go on, but you know, I want to take all the time. And yeah, I'm super excited to be back for my second session, and I'm a hack a dragon.
Yes.
See, I don't know if it's better or worse if you clarify it's a robot dragon or just go, no.
We
I
do
wanna let
have
people
that
hear
little mind control band, so shortly it won't matter.
Ah.
Oh, God. I gave you that, didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Oh, way back in like one of the earlier sessions, the first Nurse Joy they came across, you know, for my own amusement, I thought, wouldn't it be really funny to do some commentary about like, oh, this nurse is actually being super oppressed and is actually in reality kind of like a badass punk girl who has been like forced into being cheery Nurse Joy.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a technological headband that controlled her thoughts. And now they have one, because they took it.
Right. Why? Of course they took it.
I don't think about things, I do.
So the main goal with that thing is to figure out how to give it range and put it on a satellite.
Oh my god.
And have a just Saturday cartoon mind control ray in a satellite.
Right. Huh?
I'm waiting for when you start trying to figure out how you can put subliminal messages into Teenage Mutant Ninja Squirtles.
Yes, we need a TV station.
I just gave you more ideas. Hey, Shogun, who are you?
I am playing as Emilia Brissa. I am the leader of this team, Crossbones. Actually, apparently of the whole organization. I'm the boss.
I mean, there was a boss, but you just kind of like said screw you, and you haven't heard from him since.
Yeah, we're still sending him money to like live on whatever yacht or wherever he's at, and we haven't told him that he's not the boss anymore. So if anything goes wrong, we can blame it on him and send him to jail.
Oh dear. All right. So before I give a quick recap, hey, information about Welcome to the Party. Welcome to the Party is a fantastic, all-inclusive, safe space community. We tend to focus on tabletop role-playing games, but if you want to join that little Discord in the link down below, there's places to talk about literally everything you can think of. You know, we're a place where people just want to talk about food and cool stuff that they like eating. There's places to talk about TV and anime, and places for people to homebrew ideas for tabletop games, people who want to make tabletop games. There's even places where people essentially just post porn. It's all there. Like literally everything you could ever need. It is all there. And it's an amazing place run by amazing people. So check that out down below. And if you would like to support this amazing platform that gives people like me and these other lovely faces around the screen a place to be safe and express ourselves and learn how to do all kinds of things, you know, learn how, well, we've got people who have never DM'd before, we've got people who've never played before who are coming onto the channel, you know, we've got people who've never streamed before. I didn't know how to stream, and now I just ask Shogun to do it for me. But no, it's a fantastic place, and we're always on the lookout for new stuff. In fact, there are plans for writing stuff, articles to be published, you know, just giving opinions, thought pieces. You know, I think there's some poetry stuff being done, maybe? I don't know. There's a lot. But there's all kinds of great stuff. And if you, you want to support, yes. If you want to support it, you can do that in a myriad of ways. First and foremost, which is 100% free, click the buttons that make the numbers go bigger. So here on Twitch, you can just click that follow, and then you'll get neat little notifications about all the cool stuff that's going on here. Over on the Twitter, which is @WelcomePartyRPG, you can click follow and like and retweet and subtweet and other thing. Twitter lingo. I am a smart and understand the social medias. I know the numbers being big is good, so do that, please. That'd be wonderful. And if you catch this on the YouTube channel, where everything eventually gets uploaded by our amazing social media team who work, I'm assuming, round the clock to make this stuff run. That is youtube.com/welcome to the party. And that's all the stuff you can do without even opening up your wallet. If you have money, we'll take it. Not all of it, look after yourself first and foremost, but just like $1, 100%, throw it. We've got a Patreon, and we would like your dollar. You can learn about the Patreon by doing a little thingy in the chat, which is !Patreon. And it's wonderful. With that, we're planning to get stuff up and running, get artists in to do stuff for streams, get like video editors, do more. Because quite frankly, Welcome to the Party is growing and changing and evolving so much so it's almost like a Pokemon. See, keeping it relevant. Where the future lies is completely open, and we would love it if you came along for the ride. What you can also do is you can also subscribe here on Twitch. There's different tiers for whatever your finances will allow. Please look after yourself first. Do not throw money at us if you need it more. That's a very important life thing that you should learn. You need money more. But if you have spare, do it, because it would be kind, and we would like you very much. And we will give you emotes in response to that. There's different ones. There's like a D20. There's Michael the Mimic, if you want to trick your friends into going, ha ha ha, look at my lovely chest. Or booty. I don't know, whatever you're more into. And then you go, ha ha, no, it's actually an evil monster that will eat you. And then you go, I was into that all along. And then there's another one where it's crits on the rocks, which is a little glass of alcohol with little dice in, acting as the ice cubes, and it's whimsical and amusing. You can also donate bits. Bits are fun. We like bits. And you can affect the game. So for 500 bits, affect the game in a small way, crit, max damage, etc. 1,000 bits affect the game in a large way. Last time that happened, a Mew appeared and exists and now hangs out eating honey with cats.
I mean, that's the dream right there.
Yeah,
Right.
That's it. It literally just hangs out in a house all day with a bunch of cats eating honey.
That's where Clementine's retiring too.
Yeah, that's the goal. Every month you stay subscribed, you can get to give a free crit to a player or game master on the entire channel. So when you find the games run by people who know what they're doing, as in not me, you can be like, hey, I support you. Do more good. I've talked for a long time. I don't know how much of it was good words and how much was just me rambling incoherently. I'll find out when I watch this back later. Hey, recap time. So, we had a contest. The first time allotted recurring Team Crossbones morale contest. It's a working title. That's part of the title. It says in brackets afterwards, it's a working title. And it got interrupted by a delightful presence who I just adore. I love Maya. She just makes me happy on the inside. And then the contest happened. The gym leader, Zed, got taken out and thrown into the ocean and is presumed dead now. But then after all of that, the Rangers showed up in a giant airship, which then turned into a giant dragon. So everyone got in big robots and were fighting it. Inside the head of the dragon, there is another small fight going on. So, what is going on in that small fight is the leader of the Rangers, Teddy. They threw out a big Venusaur, and it tried to send a bunch of vines out and do a bunch of stuff before Teddy got on a giant Tropius. Well, not a giant, just a regular size Tropius, and began to fly away with Eva in hot pursuit, leaving
On her, what's that thing called? The
Noivern.
Noivern? Yeah.
Yeah. Leaving Amelia with a Ninetales to fight a Venusaur in the head of a giant robot dragon. Clementine is sat in the cockpit of her Beware mech, and if memory serves, the way Clementine pilots is via a video game controller, correct?
Yes.
And you are swinging around a giant sword and shield, which also happens to be the mech of Maya, because Maya ejected herself from her mech, which is powered Evangelion style, skin tight latex suit, neuro transmitted.
Evangelion. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you ejected yourself and jumped into the giant robot dragon, and have found a way to start hacking it up.
Yeah, I snuck into a hole and then let my ship fall, so then it could be wielded.
That's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Also, Smoochie is flying around the battlefield in her mech.
Right.
Yeah, and a giant pink scyther.
Yes.
I said so many things. I have no idea where to start. Okay, let's try and logic this out for me in my brain. Teddy and Eva, they're flying off. They are leaving the battlefield. They're gone. So the next people I mentioned would be Amelia and her shiny Ninetales and the giant. Well, it's not a giant. I keep wanting to make things big because of all the mechs.
Because everything's big.
It is a normal-sized Venusaur, and you are stood in the head of this actually giant robot dragon. What are you doing?
I am. Are there any people left in this control room? Because I know some of our people were in here. Or did they run off for reasonable fear of, the transforming mech?
No, most of the people just booked it.
Yeah. All right.
It's like we're not sticking around.
Yeah. All right. So I will. I think I'm going to be telling my Ninetales what to do as this battle starts. But I'm also going to be just messing with the control panels, just trying to mess with it. I know that I'm sure it has security locks, but maybe I can try and get it to reboot or something, or force a Windows update in the middle of a fight.
You cannot beat the giant robot by making it do an update. Jesus Christ. I let a lot of dumb stuff happen, but I don't know if I can make that happen.
No. I expect what is Amelia's intelligence? It's 12. So not garbage, but not exceptional in any way. Nothing's gonna happen, but she's just gonna be like looking around, seeing if any coffee mugs are still in their holders, in the like cup holders of the control seats, and like taste them, see if they're any good.
The coffee is god awful. It is cheap. The only way I can describe it is underpaid office worker coffee.
Yes.
Oh.
So, my other question is: are the like main, I don't know, eyes, like the windows, are they open or closed? Because it doesn't really matter. Amelia throws the coffee mug out the window, even if it's closed.
I mean, it is technically open because.
Oh right,
Teddy
we
and
smashed
Emma
through
had
it.
to-
Right.
Well, yeah, you broke through it.
Yeah. Okay.
that's
So I just like
100%.
chuck the coffee out into the empty void, and just look back to Majesty, my nine tails, and say, do an Inferno.
All right, roll Inferno. Okay, 72.
No!
Double that because it's super effective. So that's 100.
No, I have to be honest. The AC on this attack is really high.
Yeah, I've just noticed.
So, nope, that doesn't do anything.
But you know what you do? You make a big ass fire in the cockpit. It's like boom. So there's now fire coming out of this thing's eye. Like,
awesome.
Everyone else saw that. So logically, in my mind, the person who would be next, the person who is also in the giant robot dragon, unless there's anything else you want to do before I jump ahead.
Okay.
All right. Would be Maya. Maya, you're crawling through air ducts.
Yes.
You know, in whatever style you prefer, either Bruce Willis or other. I can't think of another one, but air duct crawling.
Like Mission Impossible style.
Does
So,
Maya hum the tune to herself as she does it?
Please. She taps on her mech arm and makes it play the song.
Nice. Okay, so in the background. I'm gonna keep humming this while you describe what you're doing.
Yep. So yeah, can I is there like a roll I can make to like figure out where I should go inside of this mech?
Well,
basically I want to go to either like the core or like a control, like the main control room, or like where everything comes together. I think the core would probably be the place I would want to be.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
can get like right into like the main frame.
Well, logically, the vent is probably pretty straightforward, straight line, at least to begin with, because that's how vents work.
Sure.
Yeah, when you get to the first point in which there would be more than one option to choose from, roll me an intelligence check.
Got it. Okay.
Whoop.
I got
6.
How did I get a nat 1? No.
You are convinced that you must have missed a turning behind you.
Oh.
Hey, let me
And
see
so
if I
you-
have anything that helps.
How did you roll on that one? Good roll. Good roll.
Very good. Super
So you-
good.
So I'm going to say you are convinced that you missed a turning. Like, hang on a minute. And you will crawl all the way back out to the entrance of this vent. You go, this
Wait,
doesn't
now I'm back
make any
outside.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say you're like in the entryway of said vent because, if you went outside, you'd plummet dozens of
I
feet.
get to a point, and then I like see the air of the thing like whipping around outside, and like, crap. Like turn and try to Okay, so instead, I'm gonna punch through the vent and use that to see where I am.
All right. I'm assuming you use the mech arm, right?
Yes.
Does it have anything special going for it?
It does have I did take the feat weapon arm.
Mm-hmm.
So it and the weapon I chose for it is it just like because the base of it is just like a kind of just regular sized mech arm, but when I turn on the weapon form, it like yeets out to like a big honking robot fist.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Make that roll.
Mech arm punch.
Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it. You put a nice big meaty hole. Mechy hole.
Mechy hole, yes.
Yeah. In the vent, you screw these vents, and you've punched your way up, and you've found yourself essentially like inside this. This was a big ass airship, so logically, all those airship parts are all still around. So you just find yourself in like some random schmuck's sleeping quarters.
Ooh,
Are they currently sleeping?
Yeah. Somehow they slept through all of this.
I have a question. Since it's a mech and like different parts like rotate to like go into different positions, is the sleeping quarters like upside down or something?
I'm gonna say like the bed is vertical against the wall. God knows how this person is still asleep inside it. That they put the bed like against the corner, so they're like upside down.
Or are the beds like attached to those like gyro things that you get put on top so they don't spill?
Oh, I was thinking just like those astronaut ones where they just have a strap over their stomach that holds them in.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's say the bed is upside down, and this person is asleep, being suspended like by this strap across their stomach. Just
climb, unclip the strap, and let him fall. You there?
Hello.
I point my robot fist finger at him, and I say, "Where's the core of this ship?"
Alright, woke up. No, you're part of a new tech room.
Yes.
Yeah. It's actually really easy to get lost around here. Come on, I'll show you. Guess we're in battle form. Must be running a drill. Chose a fun time.
Mighty Boosh. Why is he the gorilla from Mighty Boosh?
I don't know. He just is. So, actually, this is just my attempt at doing what we over here know as a Brummie accent, which is really harsh and mean because it's not the fault. It's just very easy to associate this accent with being someone being someone a bit dim, because there's this weird inflection which happens with it because it's right there in the Midlands, so it's a little bit of everything muddled up in it together. So it's a really fun accent.
It reminds me of the goth dude from IT Crowd.
Oh yeah. Noah Fielding too. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, not really.
Actually, yeah, I do think Noel Fielding. Yeah, he does a Birmingham accent but it's not fair to assume anybody's stupid by the tone of their voice, but it's because you can say the smartest thing in that accent, and it just never quite.
Well, we've got that over here too.
Yeah.
We've got a few of those, in fact.
Yeah.
It's a really endearing accent. I love it personally. So, I'll show you around. It's actually whatever you do, don't have the coffee. It's really bad. So yeah, hi, how you doing? I'm
Are you
Jim.
taking me to the core or not?
Oh yeah, sure. Someone's an eager beaver. Wait. Sorry. Yeah, follow me. And he'll just walk you through the upside down and
Yeah.
Distorted, twisted corridors.
I-
like it's
I-
no big deal.
I imagine since it's a mech and it's designed for this, there's like architecture that doesn't make sense when it's in normal mode. They're like, why is there a ladder horizontal with the hallway?
Right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
there's all kinds of really dumb. Like if you were on this in an airship form, you go, why is there a set of stairs carved into the wall?
Yeah.
It's some weird MC Escher thing, and then it changes and like, oh.
Yeah. So Jim, I need to stop making Jim my generic go-to name.
It's the most
Phil?
common name.
Like in every game, there's like at least 5 Jims
Right.
I've ever played because it's just I don't have a name. Jim.
Right, the Gym Alliance.
At one point, if I was clever enough, I would make it an actual plot point. Have it be like, oh, in the history, I was this great hero called Jim, and everyone's just named after that. That's a really good. I'm gonna write that down.
Right there.
Although, in this state I'm currently in, considering when I wrote down dragon earlier, I just wrote drar. It'll be fine. So yeah, you follow Jim. He'll lead you to the core, and that'll be what you can do for now. And
Sure. Sounds good.
you found your way there eventually.
Yay!
Michi, you're a
Yeah.
big bear.
I sure am.
What big bear do?
So we need to break this giant thing, right?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Giant bear is gonna thrash at it. Look, I'm gonna
Okay.
for this and everything. Oh my god. Yeah, there we go.
Does Giant Bear get a bonus of some kind for having a giant sword?
Well, what I was also going to let you do is, since you are wielding a giant sword and shield, make words that my brain didn't figure out. Where are my rules? Where are my rules on punching stuff? There. Yeah, make me another attack with the sword, which will just be dealing the max damage, so base damage 8. So that's another 4d12 plus 16.
Okay. 45 plus 16.
Oh, just as a thing I wanted to mention, if anybody wants it, I can help people with their rolls 3 times a day,
Ooh,
and I can give you a +2.
Nice.
very nice. I have one of those as well. I have
See.
something like that.
Now, something we discussed previously, specifically to do with the giant sword. Maya, remember how we were saying, wouldn't it be really dumb / amazing if the sword could just like produce your little Voltorb things?
Right? Yes.
Are we saying that's a thing? Are we saying that's canon?
I mean, if I can have made that many Voltor bots, then yeah, absolutely.
For this one time, I must, in the future, you'll have to say, yes, I have spent time making these things. I'm going to
Sure.
assume, you had like a small army prepared
Right.
pre joining the game, basically. So this will be using like your stock, and then from this point on, you'd have to specify, oh, I'm going to make more robots.
Sure. Sounds good.
So also roll me explosion damage. So where's explosion?
Do you want the damage from the bots?
Oh, do you have it for them?
Yeah, 1 sec. Let me find it.
Wonderful.
1d20.
Is that it?
Self detonation deals 1d20 normal damage in a 1 meter burst around defense. Destroys the bot. I can basically it depends how much money I spend on them. It can go up to 3d20.
Let's do 3d20 because there's dozens of them going off at once.
Per bot.
Oh, per bot.
How many bots are coming out of this thing?
Roll me a d100.
Nice.
Nice! Yay!
You did that on purpose? For anybody not seeing this, you need to just roll a 69, and we're all children. But also, it's hilarious. So, so on top of the 107 damage you have already dealt, roll me 69 d20. This is a one-time use, don't worry. Like, in the future, I'll have to put a lot more time and money into this.
Oh my god!
What? Ah! Thank God this is steel type, so it resists that. I need to do some math. Okay, so that's 747 damage from the 69 exploding robots. So I need to half that. So half of that would be 373.5. I'm astounded that I could figure that out so quickly. So 373.5. Take into account this thing's monster defense. So that is that. Then the 67 damage that the Thrash did, once again, that's normal type, so half that, down to 33.5, round up to 34. So 24, take into account the defense, which is that. So that is how much damage from that? That, and also the slap from the sword itself, which was another 40, which is actually that. It's alive!
What?
Like, you... Not by much. But it's alive!
So, here's a thing. So, because I'm assuming Smoochie gets to go next with her mech. So, obviously this wouldn't do anything to a robot, but because it's a mech, can I justify Sing being some sort of like EMP blast?
Yeah.
So Smoochie is going to use the Sing. It's probably like an acronym for something. But the
Sonic interference.
nuclear something.
Gamma ray.
Yes, actually, yeah, that works. Sort of.
Sounds like a terrifying weapon that uses sonic, nuclear, and it misses. Suck it.
Hang on. It can be fixed.
Oh no.
So if Maya gives a +2 to Smoochie,
Oh.
and I also give a +2 to Smoochie, then Smoochie passes and puts the giant mech robot to sleep.
Yeah, you essentially shut it down from the outside.
Mhm.
Now,
I spent an hour writing up stats for this.
now,
Oh.
does it start plummeting to the ground?
Oh my god.
It was flying. Yeah. Yeah.
See, this is bad for me, but it's so exciting.
Hey, Barney,
Yes.
out of curiosity, do buildings count as legal targets?
You are big enough to punch and break a building. Yes.
Okay, do you have stats for buildings?
No. But I can make assumptions. Why?
Because, so, with Thrash, the reason I had to roll a d2 is because now for the next 2 turns I have to use it again on the nearest legal target.
Oh. It's okay. This town appears to be exploding anyway.
I'm gonna have to punch a couple buildings.
So,
That was an hour of my life wasted writing up stats for that.
sorry.
That's my own fault. I said, hey, roll a D100. It'll be funny.
I
It
mean,
was.
usually
We got a 69.
It was funny.
So,
Now what do we do for the rest of the fucking session?
so
That's it. We're done.
since
No. Finish what you were doing.
since
Everybody
Amelia doesn't really care about the town below us, first she's gonna really quick text to everyone who is important down in the town to move. So, at what range can you recall a Pokemon?
I don't think. I think it's like within reason. You know, like you can't move to a different city and do it, but you know, so long as you can see them, I think you can do it.
Wonderful. So what I'm gonna do is jump out the giant hole in the face of this mech and have Smoochie catch me. And Majesty, my Ninetales, is gonna stay there in the mech and keep this other Pokemon from leaving. Until...
I mean, I think the fire did a good enough job at that.
Yeah, but the idea is it's going to tangle with it and keep it from escaping until the mech is about to crash, and then I will recall my Ninetales.
Yeah,
And
I'm down
then
for that.
it will all explode.
Yeah, the mech had 3 hit points left.
Oh. Oh, okay. So, yeah, we're gonna, so were we saying before that Maya had some kind of like Taxoft, like team comm thing?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So, I want to do a few
Maya,
things.
who is currently running around with Jim.
Yeah, I want to do a few
Inside.
things. And Bardic, you tell me if it's too much, because I want to do a couple things. So, Amelia wants to get off. She wants to get picked up by Smoochie. And then what she wants to do is use the blades on the Scyther to cut in, communicating with Maya, because this makes a lost cause. We're not, and try and get Maya out of there. Try and cut it open enough to get Maya out of there.
Okay.
That sounds fair.
And then, just for flair, mega kick off of it up into the sky to like send it even harder into the ground.
Yeah.
Maya is going to, with the communicator like phone thingy in her mech arm, take a selfie of herself above the mech as it's falling and bursting into flames, doing the anime pose.
Most important question: where's Jim?
Jim was a really nice fellow, but
All right.
We'll remember this.
I think the real question is, how dark are we making this? Because instinctively, my mind goes to, all right, you know when you stab the scyther blade in to find Maya?
He's just... There's just a giant gash in the floor where he was.
Yeah. Or are we saying that he narrowly avoids that and merely plummets to his death in a fiery explosion of...
we could have emergency what are they called? Parachutes?
Yeah, but you also were having lots of fun breaking those, and there's a giant Honchkrow mech flying around, ripping those apart.
I forgot that was shooting all of them down.
So it's him surviving every single odds till the last moment. So the giant blade comes and almost like takes his arm off. And then Maya just like steps onto, like, grabs onto the blade and is extracted, and he's left behind, but he's like, no, I get out, gets the, like, does the whole scramble to the emergency evacuation and all that.
All the while still thinking this is just some hardcore drill, going,
Right.
Oh wow, they're taking this real serious. Now, fit my own parachute first. The new tech person's just gone. All right, do me. And okay, found my point. Look down and jump.
I'm glad he's taking the protocol. It's very good.
He counts as he's going down. I don't know what they would count instead of like doing like one potato or whatever the... I don't know. He probably mentions his favorite Pokemon, which I don't know.
1 oddish, 2 oddish, 3 oddish.
Yep.
And pull.
Now, does he survive this, or did he find a faulty parachute? This is a group decision.
'Cause I think his parachute's good up until a giant mech slices it to pieces.
I feel like that Jim is like the one person in this universe that just narrowly escapes everything.
I was gonna say he safely lands on top of a building.
Yeah.
Then gets absolutely destroyed.
So, the giant mech is falling. Well, it's been stabbed in half, basically. The giant mech is falling. It gets kicked to fly faster. Jim has jumped out. The parachute works, but then it gets attacked by a giant bird. But he lands and rolls. He's on the roof of a building, and he wipes his head, going, "Whoo! Oh, that was close." Just for a giant beware.
Having a temper tantrum.
I like to imagine, purely because I know there's a lot of Pokedex entries for it, and it's Clementine. A lot of Beware's Pokedex entries talk about like hugging things. Like saying it's so strong it hugs things into submission. So I have this beautiful image of a Beware statue. It's Thrash as it hugs and just goes, "Argh!"
Yeah.
And just for clarity, on like on the video game controller, I like to imagine it as like, it's standard like dual shock type thing, but in between the two thingies, like where the home button is or the on button is, it just says hug, and Clem's just smashing the hug button. So yeah, roll a thrash on a building.
Okay. So
That'll do.
B2 on that one, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you break the building. You just hug it into submission. Just building crumbles. How does Jim get out of this one?
I think he goes like flying onto flying off of it through the window of another building.
Right, yeah, the hug makes the top of the building go like this, and he tips and goes, whoa, oh no. And then he like falls into another building.
Tuck and roll.
What? Tuck and roll?
Roll.
Smash through the window, land on a mattress.
Uh-huh, it's a mattress store.
Yeah. He just lands on and goes, woo!
Another lucky day for Jim. Hey.
When he gets up and slips on a banana peel.
Oh, I was gonna say he has a much worse fate, which is he picks up a pamphlet to be recruited into Team Crossbones.
No, he gets up, realizes it's marbles and mattresses, the worst / best dual purpose superstore, scatters across everywhere, falls over, and then a pamphlet lands on him.
He goes, you know what? You probably don't do insane drills. I'm down for that. Never really liked the Rangers much, if I'm honest.
Promoted. We're gonna get him up here.
Oh my god. I mean, we have a great health benefit. It's fine.
So you've won.
Yeah.
Yes.
Eva and Teddy, they have flown off. And they're going to do a thing next time.
I'll be back.
What do we do for the rest of the session?
Well, currently, a giant Scyther mech is posing on top of a destroyed, wrecked dragon mech. That's what we're doing right now.
So, I'm guessing with Thrash, now Clementine is very confused.
Mm.
Because at the end of all the uses, the user becomes used.
Of course.
The mech holds out Maya so that Maya can basically take a selfie of the giant mech.
Mm-hmm. Good. Selfies all around.
Just out of curiosity, your mech arm, I assume it has a selfie stick, like, extension built into it? Like, does just the middle finger extend? Best game.
Uh-huh.
Are there any more of those rangers on the ground force they had?
Any they had, they have physically and metaphorically dropped any fudge they had, and they have either dropped to their knees begging for mercy, or they've all just jumped into the ocean or run away. They've just watched, as far as what they are concerned, essentially a world-ending super weapon be taken down by a giant bear and a sword.
Yes. Tell me you got that on tape. Someone videoed that, right?
Oh, of course. And then I point at a magnetite Pokebot. That's like was like.
Strider Winters just gave 500 bits and gave me advantage.
They didn't need advantage. They killed my robot in 1 round. I spent an hour writing. This thing had like nearly 400 hit points.
Thank you.
Fine, take your stupid advantage.
Oh wait, Lily too.
Thank you very much, Strider Winters.
Thank you.
Very kind of you.
This was great. Yeah, we're not even at break time, and we've already beat the potentially largest boss in the entire game.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah.
Yup.
Well, you know what? I can take a deep breath and go, well, this was designed to be your big show-off mech debut, giving you more cool stuff than you'd normally have. I'm okay with this, because, 69 Voltorbs exploded at once.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, two things, Bardic. First, this was great. This was wonderful. I loved it. Second, I think that because we will publish this video. Everyone will know that we did it, that we beat the Rangers so soundly like that. But I think that will kind of signal to the world that a new age has come. Pokemon battling, just regular Pokemon battling is not enough. You can't, fill a police force or an army with just Pokemon, that it is the age of mechs now. And that this world just becomes just Gundam now.
Yeah, I'm 100% down for that. This is the start.
Yes.
This right here, just out of curiosity, the Magneton which you had following filming everything, was it streaming it live, or are you going to edit the videos?
Probably edit. Just to like add music and effects and like
Put like anime speed lines in between
right,
everything.
yeah, add anime speed lines, add the hotline to sign up for Team Crossbones.
Yeah.
Nice.
Maya is a smart.
I am a smart.
Yes.
All right. So, Michi's had to step away to do. Well, he said earlier what he was doing. Something about food-related stuff. So he'll be back when he is back. What do you guys do now? What's going on? I had planned for this to take like 2/3 of the session.
So it's fair that we figure out what we need to fill the rest of the time up with.
I just saw the just big giant red X over the Q rep.
It's gone.
So first thing, just take control of the situation. Just like organize everything. Stick all the captives in a box for now.
Just one box.
Just one box.
People are monsters.
Actually, you know what we do? We don't even close the door. We just put them inside of that marble factory. They won't be able to get out, I don't think.
Marbles and mattresses.
Yeah. We just put them in the center of it. There's no way they'll get to the door.
Right.
That's fair. That's fair.
And then also the giant beware, I'm sure, is like stalking around. Anyway. So get control of the situation. I'm sure Maya can start the editing on that video. And
I call my mech back over so I can hop into it, and I'm just gonna like go into my driving space, and I'm just gonna like VR edit this footage.
just Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Maya, while Maya's doing that, Maya can also kind of advise and kind of administrate the salvage team that's going to start cutting apart this giant mech dragon for parts.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we think would be an appropriate thing to roll for attempting to salvage the weapon systems? I'm assuming it's the weapon systems you're most interested in.
Yeah, we like put out all the fires and everything. Start just dissecting it. We want the weapon systems. That big core that I assume is in there. You know.
I was gonna like the core. I was gonna say probably try to get basically any computer system that we can, because I can probably start to like dig through it for like data mining and stuff.
Shit. I didn't think of that, but yeah, you would.
Again, assisted by Rotoms.
Why did I give you Rotoms?
I would assume a intelligence roll by Maya, because I'm just handing that over to Maya. I got no clue.
Sure.
Yeah, all right. Roll me intelligence and hope you don't get another nat one.
Got it.
Yeah. There we
Ooh.
go.
And
That's
I will
much
give you a
better.
+2.
Yay!
20. Perfect. Yeah, over 20. You can get hold of everything you need. You find the weapon systems. This thing was kitted out. It really only had 4 weapons, but they're very powerful weapons. So I will tell you what those are soon. Everything else, you get hold of that core. You realize it's basically like the core is essentially just it's a big ball of energy.
Right.
It's not powered by Pokemon per se. I mean, it is, but not like, ooh, you open up, there's a bunch of Pikachus. Like, no, a bunch of electric Pokemon put power into this.
Right.
But it's essentially a huge battery.
Sure.
Like enough to power a city
So,
forever.
Maya,
Yes.
you know that whole Voltorb thing you did?
Oh.
Let's just hold on to
I'll see
this.
what I just like walk over to it, like slap some worker, like careful with that. You could blow up half of the world, and we want to do it controlled.
You realize it's Jim, who's now wearing a Team Crossbones hat. Oh, okay.
Ah. You changed side as well. Smart thinking. Great.
Oh, I was already turned sides.
Oh. Nice to meet you, boss.
Of course.
Hey, what's your name?
Jim.
Jim. I like your attitude. What do you know about ice cream?
It is best served in pizza form.
All right, so I think we need another general manager in what's it, the Clericopolis place. Yeah, go speak to the promotion officer. That's where you're going now.
Yes, ma'am.
You're gonna do great things, Jim.
I think so too.
Bye. At least you'll be lucky enough that something good will happen there, probably.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or he'll be unlucky, get caught, and I
somehow survive.
well, you know what? I think it'll work out to our benefit anyway. Either way.
Yeah.
If he does
All right.
If he does get caught doing something, we can probably do some sort of thing with him coming from the Rangers.
I think some kind of
We can spin it.
triple agent situation.
Yes. Excellent.
All right. So you found the power source. You've got the weapon systems. And the other thing you mentioned you wanted to get your hands on a computer.
Right. Yeah. Like if it's like servers or databases or whatever hidden in there.
You just find like an untouched, perfectly preserved computer. It's there. God knows how it survived. someone took that concept of, hey, you know how the black box like survives every crash? What if we just made something out of the same material? It's a computer made out of black box material.
Sure.
Strider Winters just gave
There.
500 bits and gave you advantage, Bardic.
Woo! Thank you, Strider, you wonderful human being. This thing is still on. Someone's game of solitaire is still playing.
I win it for them, and then I turn it off.
Loaded up like right behind the game is, I don't know. It's just a file that says top secret communication plans.
Top secret.pdf.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Now I need to make something up for what's going on there. It'll be fine.
So I'll just start digging into that and like, yeah, I'll just use my hacker thing and just, I can tell computers to do what I want them to do, and I'll just, yeah, if you want to do some other stuff, I'll just be busy doing that for a little while probably.
Okay.
Wonderful.
What other stuff do we want to do? This is now pretty much just do whatever heck you want, and I'll say yes.
Okay. In that case, do you remember that mind control band we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the thing is I've always wanted to do something with this, ever since we got it. But I've always known that none of us were smart enough to do anything with it. But now we have a smart. So, I think that we will take this thing and, I don't know, what kind of range could you put on this thing? And it, I imagine that the programming for it is very complicated, because it's not only computer programming, but also like psychology and stuff, which I don't really know.
Sure.
But maybe just, heck, if this thing could just basically send static into someone's brain, I bet I could stun them for a second and be able to like just have that, just a brain static gun. That would be good.
Probably depend on how strong of a power source, and like motion towards the big giant electric ball that we got. Like
right.
we could use to pump out the signal.
Yeah.
I think something could be done with that.
Do you want to roll me an intelligence to see if you can have a quick, just a basic once over, see if you can figure out how this thing worked in the first place?
The ball?
Not the ball, the actual mind control headband.
Oh, sure.
I'm going to give you my last
10.
+2 on that. That's my last one.
Yeah, with a 12, you can look at it and you can go, logically, one thing which does work surprisingly well, it might be a slightly outdated form of communication, but radio waves are pretty solid. So if you can find a radio tower.
Yeah, all right.
Yes, if we plug this into the antenna of a radio tower, give it enough power to actually pump it out.
All right.
We could do some fun things.
Do you know where there are the radio, like the cell phone towers and stuff on this continent?
You would know this by now. You've collected recon on the entire.
Right. I have a person who I text when I don't know things. Like they're just they kind of hold on to the collective knowledge of Team Crossbones, and I'm like, hey, I don't know this thing. Tell me about it.
What's the thing?
So basically, you have a personal nerd.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah, so you contact your personal nerd and they reply and they tell you like, hey, yeah, radio tower. It's set up in Pallid, Indiana.
Wonderful.
That's where all the television and radio broadcasts come from.
Wonderful. So we got a plan.
Right.
So we have big power source, we have mind control band. We just need to get a hold of the radio/cell phone tower thingy and set up shop. I don't know how long it'll take you to set that up, but just set up for a few days.
Sure.
And in the meantime, we can, get another badge, and I don't know. I'm sure there's something interesting to do there.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah, we can check on our local branch of Clementine's ice cream pizza shop, and yeah, Clementine, how are you doing? So we've organized things. Just recap for when you're off. We organized everything. We put the captives in a warehouse for a little bit. They'll just stay there for a bit. We salvaged the Big Mech, and we're figuring out kind of our plans.
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
It's really weird. I'm not sure why I hugged the building, but I hugged the building. It's cool though.
All right.
You were helping the new general manager prove how lucky they are.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. This. Did you meet Jim? Hey, Jim. Jim, where are you?
Oh, hi, I'm here. Hello.
Yeah. So, he's been promoted to general manager of Clericopolis, or... You know what? You know
That's
what?
you told me, yeah. Oh?
Go back to the promotions officer, tell him I changed my mind. You're going to Paladin, Indiana instead.
Oh, always wanted to visit there. As well as actually planning on taking my next vacation, have a look around PokerStar Studios, yeah.
Wonderful.
Pop in, see how all the radio stuff gets made. It's a personal interest of mine, actually, broadcast history and engineering. It's actually what my master's degree is in, which I now apparently have.
Okay, go get yourself dug in there. They'll show you the ropes and explain to you how things work around there. I think you'll be very successful there.
I'm actually also really good with ropes. Was a braviary scout. Got all my knotting badges.
That's a good joke there. All right, wonderful.
Plot twist: Jim is the evil big bad. No, he's too perfect.
See, Jim, you have a lot of potential, and you keep making me think of better things that you could be doing. I still want you to go there, to Paladin, Indiana. However, first, Maya has a little thing that she needs to test on you.
Okay. I intrinsically trust you, mainly because there's a bear that can wield a giant sword.
That's strong logic, I think.
Fair and valid.
So while Maya has the mind control band plugged into her systems, I'll just gently put it on Jim's head.
Huh?
So we know that. Actually, hang on. I give him some earplugs. Put these in, please.
Okay.
All right. So we know that this man here is clever enough. But maybe let's see if we can assure some more perfect level of loyalty, and maybe a bit more without compromising the loyalty to us. Maybe a bit of a stronger criminal element, see if he can start spreading our influence before we even get there. And, just a guinea pig. See, get yourself familiar with this thing.
So,
Here's a question. When you plug in a USB port into the or cable into the mind control thing, does it have like a OS? Does it have like a little program that pops up in your computer?
Control it.
Like,
Yeah. A little animated eldom appears, and it says, "Hi, I see you are oppressing someone's free will. Would you like some help with that?"
Oh yes, perfect. Thank you.
oh, actually, what's that Pokemon that has the little hypnosis thingy?
Drowsy.
Yeah.
No, Hypno.
Hypno.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be one of those like with the little hypno? Yeah, the little. What are they called? I don't know what those things are called. It's
Pendulum.
just pendulum.
Pendulum. Yeah, it's a little Hypno, and it's like, "Oh, I see you are trying to oppress someone's free will and force yours upon them. Would you like some help with that?"
Of course, I tap the pendulum, and it.
Yeah, you tap a pendulum, and it brings up a bunch of things, and it basically says, "How would you like to alter their brain chemistry and subject them to your every whim?"
This is a very condescending device.
I go to the meters and I find like the personality stuff and like lower inhibitions, raise loyalty.
If you get like Jim's basic stats, willingness is like maxed out. He is always willing. You can see the stat for survivability, and it just says like question mark because it can't figure out how this person keeps surviving.
Wonderful.
Independence is minimal.
Oh, Jim. Yeah, so I'll just start playing around with the stuff and like telling him to do things. Just like walk over there. Or no, I'll tell him like through the thing instead of like actually telling him and like, hey, walk.
Oh yeah, you need to write it in code. So you need to like / open bracket command enter.
Right, I just start figuring out how the scripting works in this and just like, okay, made him walk 15 feet that way. That way. Jump continuously. Very good. Very good.
See, when you just say jump continuously, there's a minor flaw in the glitch. Well, there's a minor glitch in the code where basically what he tries to do is he tries to jump in midair. When it says jump continuously, so like he jumps and then tries to jump again, and it doesn't work. But like when he lands and then keeps doing it, like
That's because we didn't give him the double jump skill.
Oh yes, of course.
I just like call over a grunt. Hey, you, whatever your name is, over here, stand here. Does he have a good punch? See, see if this guy's got a good punch.
If Jim can punch well?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Punch. Grunt.
Yep. The little Hypno comes up and he goes, "I see you are trying to use others to inflict violence. Would you like to increase your target's adrenaline level?"
Yes.
With that, Jim, he hasn't said a word because you haven't given him a command to respond or say any words. He just walks over, blank-faced. You're fairly certain, like, well, you can see. I'm sure you could open up something to say, like, run in a monologue. Jim's in a monologue is. Boom. It's a big punch. Just big punch.
Good job, Grunt.
Just
Thank you.
punch.
Go see the nurse now.
Yeah, the other grunt is just holding my nose and goes, "Man, ow! Why? Why did you hurt me? My name's Bert."
You have hazard pay, Steve. Whatever.
No, we don't.
Oh yeah, that's right. But you do have a very good-looking nurse.
Makes sense. Go on now.
I think this was a mistake.
Sure. Do you want some ice cream pizza and some funnel cake?
Actually, yeah, that'll do it.
Cool, let's go do that.
Wonderful.
If I hadn't have signed that no lawsuit procedural waiver, I'd sue this. But you know what? The ice cream, pizza, and funnel cake is damn good for being punched in the face on whims.
It's fine.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, for grunt levels, like I imagine that like 50% of their pay is just like a 25% off gift card or coupon.
I love how it's not even just like they get to eat it. It's like, no, you get money off.
Yeah.
Or their pay is in, Clementine's ice cream pizza bucks,
Right, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
which are only valid between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. on Saturdays.
Yeah.
And the ice cream pizza stores close at 10 p.m.
So you have to be working nights to be able to use them.
Oh, God. All right. What else do you want to see? What you can make Jim do?
So I look into it a little more. Does this just let us make him like? Is it restricted to like actions he could take?
We're getting into Death Note territory where it's like, if I give it a command but it cannot physically do, what happens?
Kind of. Well, like, particularly, I was looking into can I alter Jim's genes?
Can you make him psychic?
Can I make Jim mutate?
Without an external force to initiate said thing, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I mean, once again, my knowledge of biology stopped when I was 16. I
Sure.
stopped studying at that
No,
point.
yeah, that's totally fair.
Like,
Okay.
a mutation usually has to have an external cause,
Totally
from my
fair.
understanding.
Mhm.
If you could get something that could do that,
Sure,
Right.
sure.
then you might have control of the mutation. So instead of, growing cancer cells, it grows wings
Got it. Okay.
because you could command it, but you need to expose it to something radioactive, basically.
Wonderful. Okay, so we will look into figuring that out. Meanwhile, tell him to fly.
Do fly. Enter.
I've got a number of options for this. I'm just trying to decide which is the best / All right. What he does is when you say, you just say do fly or
Yeah, like send command, fly, and nothing specific, just fly.
Jim reaches onto his belt, pulls out a Pokeball, a small Pidgey comes out. He grabs hold of it and uses it to fly.
All right, I like the resourcefulness. Well, I mean, while he's at it, we can just send him to Paladin Neapolis or whatever it's called.
Right. Yes.
Go and take those earplugs out.
Earplugs.
Oh, I know what. Oh.
No. Yes. He lets go of a Pidgey. He goes, whoop. He doesn't scream. You haven't commanded him to scream. As he just falls. Thankfully, he wasn't that high up. The Pidgey can't fly that quickly, so he just plummets like 20 feet.
That's
Oh.
the most terrifying sentence I've ever heard, by the way. You did not command him to scream. I just want you to know that's horrifying.
You didn't command him to feel fear.
Right, exactly.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Boy.
So he lands. It's a solid 20 feet.
Ow.
For some reason, his legs aren't broken.
Right, his survivability is still like off the charts.
Yeah, he just stands up and he doesn't dust himself off because you didn't command him to do that. He just kind of stands there, waiting for the next command.
Sure. So I'll give him like implanted desire to, like go to Paladin, Indiana, do the thing, do whatever job he's supposed to do.
Kind of set him
And,
on
like,
autopilot.
Yeah, like give him an autopilot, let him do his thing, and then I'll like pull it off and like, hey Jim, what would you like to do?
I kind of want to go to Paladin, Indiana.
Great idea.
It was, and I'm sure it was 100% all mine on my own.
Yeah, you're a resourceful fella.
Thanks.
Okay, have fun. Bye.
All right. Sorry, strange question.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do crime. Is that allowed? Just
Absolutely.
crime?
Just be careful.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna be obvious. I'm not just gonna be like, oh, I'm doing a crime. No, I'm gonna do sneak crime. I'm gonna
Yes.
pull sneakies and do crime.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, nice.
Noob
I
advice,
feel like my
but
vernacular has been altered as well somehow. It's almost as if like someone's changed fundamental parts of my being.
Well, you
Like,
know, when
I
you get a new
wonder
job,
what-
you like stuff. You change yourself when you adapt and such.
It really starts to make one wonder what it is that makes us who we are. If it's natural programming or if it's affected by environment, and if things might be altered, could they be? Really bringing into the question of who am I?
word to the wise, Jim. Find a fall guy, just in case. Backup plan.
Well, yeah. Can I take Bert?
Yes.
Sure.
All right, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Do you need me to check in when I get there, or just
Yeah.
do my
Well,
own
no.
thing?
Let him know you're taking over. You're general manager there now.
I just invited you to the Slack.
Now that is a clip.
All right, thanks.
Check in there. You'll be fine. It's all good.
Thank you very much. You all have my undying allegiance, and like I always
No,
say,
thank you.
Hail Team Crossbones, I will drag myself across 1,000 bloody daggers before I ever betray you.
Only 1,000.
1,000 is more of a metaphor to mean a great amount. Quite frankly, the number could be infinite.
That's fair.
Good man.
Right? Yeah, because that's what I always say. That's like my catchphrase. I've been saying it for as long as I can remember.
The 1,000 daggers thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sure.
I'm sure it is a fundamental part of who I am as a person, and there are no morally skewed or just outright wrong things that have gone into me having such thoughts and saying such things.
I'm glad you have this level of self-awareness, Jim.
I do.
We're gonna go far here.
You ever wonder if we're actually all just voices inside a bunch of weirdos' heads who have nothing better to do on a Thursday night?
Um,
I mean, I'm sure they're really cool.
I believe
but, yeah.
your induction gift basket has a solution to that. It's in a little bag.
Oh. Yeah, you know what? It's probably a good idea. I think I'm getting a bit too meta, quite frankly. It's like I have shattered the perceptions of the walls around me and just
Good.
meandering through at whatever pace I deem necessary to further any plot or make any somewhat amusing content for anybody who may be witnessing this from a higher plane of existence.
Mhm, mhm.
I need to go get stoned.
Yeah.
Have fun.
He just hums
Alright.
that's whenever
Alright.
he's not talking, he just goes do 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 do.
Notes. Too much altering in a short period of time makes subject existential.
Can you turn down existentialism?
I will make a note to do that, of course.
Because
The problem is existentialism's like one of those hidden stats you need to figure out.
As other things change. Yep.
Mm.
mhm.
It's a hidden value. It varies depending on other things.
Right.
yeah. Well, okay.
But there's a known cheat code that if you mix certain like brain altering chemicals such as marijuana and whatnot, it might affect those. So people have found ways to shortcut the system.
Right.
Okay.
We'll need to do some more research.
Yeah. Need to be careful with that because people being all existential and whatnot, it makes me want to stab them.
Well, this leads to low productivity.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Well, I mean, dead is very unproductive.
But does it have to be?
Aha!
Okay. We're doing mind control. After that, we do biological mutations. Then we'll work on necromancy after all of that.
Excellent.
How's Clementine okay with all of this?
Clementine is getting Bert ice cream.
That's it.
that is how. Oh,
So
Amelia
now
gets
I've
hurt, and then Clementine takes him for ice cream to help keep the PR okay.
mm-hmm.
And that's how she is the worst of things.
all right. So I'm assuming you would like to know what the weapon systems you received are.
Sure.
All right. This mech, it had 4 weapons. Basically, they're just Pokemon moves, and you can rip them out and you can attach them to your own mechs. Obviously, there's only 4. You have to argue between yourselves who gets what. The moves are there's a weapon system for the move Freeze Shock, which is an ice type move.
Freeze shock.
Yeah, it's Curum Black's special move.
Oh.
It deals 60-12 plus 22. It is a 2-meter wide column with a range of 10, and it paralyzes on a roll of 15 to 20.
Jeez, that's good. Is that a center or?
Yes, it's a center
Okay.
move, and it's ice type, so it's an ice type move that can paralyze people.
That's really good.
Yeah. There's Fusion Bolt, which is Zekrom's signature attack. Electric move deals 4d12 plus 22. It's a 4-meter wide column with a range of 10. It has another set of stuff, but that involves using Fusion Flare, but no one's going to use Fusion Flare.
Okay.
I don't think. There's also the move Dragon Pulse. You can find all the stats for that in the thing. And then there's also the move Glaciate, which once again you can find. It's an ice type move, but what it does is it creates a 5-meter burst. All targets in that area get their speed lowered by 1 combat stage, and all legal targets are trapped, meaning they cannot shift, they cannot physically move for 2 rounds.
Nice.
This was going to be a really good fight.
You gave me a sword that exploded bolt orbs.
I did.
Ah.
I did. It can't happen again, thankfully. So this just means the next big fight's going to have to be even bigger to make up for it.
All right. I'm up for that.
I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I am.
So I think we just hold on to these weapons until Ever gets back, and we can divvy those up, I think.
Sure.
Yeah. Figure out who gets what and what to do with them. Is there anything else you want us to do? Or is it about time for us to take a break? Because I have no concept of time.
It's a very good time to take a break, actually.
Yes, wonderful. We will take a quick break. We're back in about 5 minutes, everybody. And I'm going to go make up more stuff to happen. Because we're still meant to be fighting a robot, but they killed it in 1 round.
I'm
Yeah.
not sorry.
Yeah.
Don't be sorry. You made 69 volt orbs explode.
Nice.
All right, Shogun, take us to the break screen.
All right. Hang on 1 second. I got it. There's a thing. Hang on. No.
Oh.
Hang on. There. And transition. See everybody in a little bit.
Hi.
So yeah, I have no idea what we're gonna do. I'm.
Oh, we're going to find out together.
Mm,
Yeah.
I love the enthusiasm.
I
love this group. So
see
much.
because of how I'm feeling right now. We're live, by the way. Because of the way I'm feeling right now, I want to just like break some stuff. But I also don't want to like ruin the future of Team Crossbones by like, because kind of what I want to do is just basically, I basically wanted to do some Pokemon battles with the grunts.
You can do that.
Just-
I can quickly whip up a few stats.
No, just grab the grunts and have them fist fight each other is what I meant.
You can do that.
The winner of the grunt tournament gets a 50% off coupon.
Nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, heck. I mean, with how little we're paying them, we can make entry voluntary and we'll probably get enough people.
So, just to give a quick clarification, after destroying this giant robot dragon and ripping it apart for scrap,
Yes.
figuring out what you can do and what your future endeavors are going to be regarding your mind control headband, you've now decided, hey, we deserve a reward. Let's make people fight each other for our amusement.
Also, can the head of the dragon be welded to the chest of the Scyther mech as a trophy? Or heck, no, because it's way bigger, make just the chest is made out of the head of it.
I can figure that out.
Because like the head of the dragon is sort of like a really rounded out sort of a triangle shape, right? Which if you turn downward is sort of the shape of a torso.
Yeah, like I said, I can figure out.
I don't need any sprite changes or anything. I'm totally happy, just flavor wise. I want that's it. I don't need mechanics or anything. I just want to be able to say in universe.
Well, the thing is, I'm actually getting surprisingly adept at making alterations to sprites. So I can maybe figure that out if you give me enough time. I mean, just as
I mean, the sprite you've got there for the Scyther mech is kind of scrunched up anyway. So you just need. The torso would be the only thing affected.
Yeah.
So just like a lick of that white or that black or whatever on there is plenty. I don't mean to make extra work for you. You already do so much.
Oh no, like it's actually surprisingly relaxing to like. Okay, yes, I'm one of those weird people who I find it relaxing to get annoyed at something when I'm trying to figure it out, because then it's rewarding when I do it and I go, yeah, I fucking did it. But
Fair.
just as an example, I mean, I can only throw this in the Discord. Something I was working on for, what we're hoping to do on Saturday, when I was messing around with some sprite work there. What I made for Michi's bunny boy white mage is I took the base sprite from something else, and then I took another sprite which already had bunny ears, and I cut the bunny ears and I fixed it and did all of that. So like logically I can do it somewhere, logically, somehow.
Cool.
I don't have the original sprite because I saved over it, so I can't show you. But yeah, like if I can cut ears off of something and reattach it to another sprite's head, I can do the same with a face.
Cool. Yeah. No, it would just be real simple, because I mean the head and the legs and the arms of the Scyther sprite you have there cover up the torso mostly. So it would just be like a little bit of stuff in there, because it's not going to affect any more of it. Just kind of rebuild the torso out of the head of this way bigger mech.
It would also then make sense because you just got a new weapon system for it as well. So
Yeah. Wonderful.
whatever weapon you choose to get, it just goes the chest piece. Oh my god, this is just Gurren Lagann. The chest face will just open up and do an attack.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I recently started rewatching it. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm about to hit episode 7. That's the sad episode.
Oh no! Oh no!
I stopped myself. Like I finished episode 6. Yes, it's like I can't watch episode 7 right now. It's about to get sad.
7, the one where. Second,
Where the thing happens, yeah, the thing which first time watching you go, but what? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh.
So yeah, if you haven't watched Gurren Lagann, go and watch it. It's amazing, but you'll cry at episode 7 and shout at it a lot.
So, after we scrap the giant metal mech, the dragon mech, I'm imagining there's a giant crater in the middle of the town.
Oh yeah,
which
huge.
would be a great space, because I'm thinking less fist fight and more dump 20 people in the crater. And then the last person standing, they don't have to kill each other, but just the last person standing wins.
Yeah, also that building there doesn't exist. Well, I've just put a pink cross over.
Yes.
Yes.
It got hugged to death.
These are normal things that happen.
Hugged a building to death.
I think it's shift, which makes things a circle. Nope. It must be alt. There we go. There you go. There's your big crater.
Awesome. Sweet. So big crater. And yeah. So I think a free dinner coupon at Clementine's ice cream pizza shop. Available at participating locations only.
Oh. Oh.
All right. So, how do you want to do what is essentially a cage fight?
Yeah.
How are you doing this? Do you just want to describe a scene? Do you want me to describe it? Is Amelia getting involved and going in there with Smoochie and messing up everything as well, or what? Because you have free reign. Do what you want. You are essentially gods. Nothing can stop you, as the giant robot dragon just proved.
Okay. I just realized we have a way to not beat up our own people. We do have a bunch of captives.
You do.
Don't we?
You have a bunch of rangers who have surrendered.
So I think we set up sort of like those picture booths? Those things that are like at the mall where you go in and it takes pictures and gives you the little thingy.
Yeah.
Pictures.
Okay.
Okay. Thing like that, but instead it's Maya with the mind control band.
Like.
And set them to be primed to fight. Then toss them in the crater.
The murder pit.
Yeah. And then have Smoochie, because Smoochie is very aggressive, just wander around the edge of the crater to make sure none of them get out. And I think things will take care of themselves from there.
All right. Yeah. You can do that. You can get how many dozen or so rangers. Each one of them has a deeply intricate personality and backstory, and
Get
you're
that
just
out of
like,
there.
just like, nope.
Control A, delete.
Or no,
Each one of them.
Control A, Control X, cut, paste it into another document so I can just keep that and we can use it.
Oh. You ever played Soma?
Oh my
Each person walks in, and they think it's some kind of interview. So the first person walks in and goes, "Oh, hi, how you doing? I'm Angus. I've been a ranger for like 7 years, and
Yeah,
here I am. I'm
put
just
can you please put this on?
oh, hey, is this
The
what's going
massage
on
thing.
here? Oh, nice. Could really do with a massage.
All right, well, starting massage now, and removing personality, removing.
So that management there, I imagine Maya can pull that off pretty flawlessly, right?
Yeah.
So the greater challenge then is trying to convince Clementine that this is all choreographed.
That's not a challenge at all. Just tell her, yeah, no, this is the play we're putting on.
Yes.
Like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, we're putting this on because, they're rangers. We don't like rangers, but they put this on. Then, we'll forgive them. We'll let them go after that. They do this for us, and then they can go.
Okay. -5 wisdom.
Yeah. If you want to, you can do opposed rolls. If you're happy, just go, no, I believe that.
Oh my god, I kind of want to do.
Okay, yeah. So is that
Um,
charisma for me?
Yeah, charisma versus wisdom.
All right.
Just on the off chance that Clementine has that moment.
25.
Okay, so about a nat 20. You can't win.
No, it wasn't a nat 20. It's a 19 because I have a +6.
Well, yeah, I'm saying.
Sorry, you were saying for her, for Clementine, yeah.
So that's a 25 versus a 3.
Clementine believes all of this.
Yeah.
3 is
Makes perfect
less than 25.
Yeah. I spent plenty of time studying. I even started a degree in chemistry. So I can, in fact, definitely tell you that 3 is not as many as 25.
I could roll a 2 and beat that. Actually, I could roll a 1 and numerically beat that. I could roll a -3 and match it.
So now the question is
Bets.
either I can waste 15 minutes putting on different voices as they all walk in and get their mind wiped if you want to give specific individuals specific commands, or we can just go screw it.
Yeah, just lowering their usual their personality stuff, increasing adrenaline and aggression.
Yeah.
Make them face
Alright.
blind, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So if we say there's a couple of dozen of them,
Okay.
I'm just trying to make up some mechanics on the fly for something fun.
Well, if you want, while you do that, I can vamp with something else while you figure out what
go
you
right
want to
ahead.
do. Because what I want to do is get some I don't think Clementine needs to swap clothes, but just put this on top of what Clementine is wearing and just get a cheerleader outfit. Specifically, the pom-poms is what I'm looking for. For Clementine to cheer them on, and also to act as a mascot for the betting booth that Amelia has set up.
Ah, yeah.
Now,
And we
out of curiosity,
and we have a person after they come out of the booth who just spray paints a number on their back, just on the back of their shirt.
See, this is where my question was going to come into play.
Yeah.
If you're betting, and you being the criminal masterminds that you are, especially Maya being such a smart,
Oh, yeah.
would Maya essentially create a ringer? Purposefully make one a little bit better than the others?
I think so.
Like, spot the muscliest of them first,
Mhm.
and make that guy look like he's gonna win.
Right, exactly, yes.
Make him look real
CFP.
good.
Yep.
Now, I suppose one very important question is, do you outright want to make it so no matter what, you are going to win this bet? Or do you at least want to make it somewhat interesting and say, for example, create 3 people who are blatantly better than all of the others, at least in their basic stats, and each one of you can have your bet on that one?
Yeah.
So you've essentially got 3 champions just running around punching everyone out.
That sounds good.
Sure.
And yes. And then we like select a few who are just we like you just increase their like basically the bravado,
Uh-huh.
but like decrease their actual like coordination. So like, they like they ball up a fist like that. Just like yeah. But they strut around looking real tough.
Right.
I just noticed Michi doing the cat paw. It's too cute.
Yes.
Now, are you giving them the commands to showboat and talk and interact? Because essentially, are you turning this into a bunch of professional wrestlers who are all just going to be like, oh yeah! Ooh.
Does the mind control system accept video file?
Watch this footage of these 2 members.
Yeah, just your personality is this video clip.
Yes.
Good.
Why not?
Excellent.
One of them is like a bunch of cat videos shown to them. That's Clementine's champion. It's fine.
Okay. So,
Well, maybe to give them an edge, it's like badgers or something.
badges are amazing. All right. So, I think what we're going to do is my very lazily slapped together basic mechanic is if you each get your champion and just start rolling d20s.
All right.
And I don't know. Say we're gonna take it in turns to roll a d20 5 times, and whoever gets the I don't know. Because why would you take it in turns to roll 5 times? If you actually, yeah, if you take it in turns, if you roll a 1, you fail instantly and you're out. If you roll a 20, you can roll another one, and whoever gets the highest total amount by the end of the 5 rounds, they are the champion. They win.
All right.
All right. Feel free to decide amongst yourselves who goes first. Rock, paper, scissors. Sorry, water, fire, grass, electric, ground, normal. Like, it's a very, very convoluted system.
How about the cheerleader? The cheerleader for the blood sports.
Totally just a play.
Yep.
It's not blood. It's ketchup packets.
Like corn syrup and red food guys.
Maya is amazing at special effects. Like,
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Those Voltorbs don't even do anything. It's just special effects.
mm-hmm.
Clem, it was all you. You did all that damage.
Just fireworks celebrate the victory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So Michi, just roll a d20.
Okay.
Good start with an 8. Next. Whoever wants to go next.
Ooh.
Okay, so I'm
Oh!
just gonna... So 8, 18, 1. Amelia, your champion. Describe how they fail.
I like the
What happens to them?
I like the idea that I picked the wrong one. Like Maya had the list of these are the 3 good ones, and I like glanced at it and misread it and picked the wrong one. So it's one of the like boastful but like useless ones. So he just walks up in front of Maya's champion, is just like shuffling up close, standing tall, and just get whack once. And it's just like folds down on the spot.
Now, all important question. Maya, was your champion commanded to scream, "One punch!" every time it does that?
Yes. Absolutely.
You'd think I'd get bored of anime references at some point,
Never. Nope.
but it's not gonna happen. Okay, Michi, roll your second d20. Okay, so
Hey.
8, 15. Lily,
Ooh.
3. Michi,
Oh.
20. Roll another one.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh shit.
19. All right. Lily,
14.
14. Roll your 4th one, please, Michi. 5. 4th one, Lily.
Oh.
2. And final one, Michi. 16. And Lily. 6. Okay. Doing quick maths for Michi. 8 plus 15 is 23. 43. 61. 71. 76 in total. And for Lily, we have 18 plus 3, 21 plus 14, 35 plus 2, 37 plus 6 is 43. Clementine's champion has won. The cat person. Describe how they win.
Huh?
So they win by like climbing on to like the side of the pit, like not all the way to the top because that's how you get stabbed by Smoochie.
Yep.
But you know, just a reasonable ways up, and then just like leaping pounce down.
I think what happened to mine is it was another logic error, and so it did one punch, but it only ever did one punch.
So it's going through. It's like boom, that worked. Boom, that worked. Boom, that worked. Then punched Clementine's one. It was like, wait, don't know.
One punch. That's all I ever need to do, and it just didn't punch anything else ever again.
Oh.
Crap! I need to work on that.
This is beautiful. This is wonderful. Okay. Do you want to name your champion? Because what do you call this person?
Hold on. Cat fun name. Oh, these are terrible. go.
What was that? Sorry.
Tabitha.
Tabitha. Okay. And now we're just gonna see how many bad voices I can do. What kind of voice? Like, what kind of accent? What kind of voice does this person speak with? So I can butcher it.
No. Cat person. This person has been like, instead of a personality, fed videos of angry cats.
Right.
All right. So Tabitha wins. Are they allowed to climb out the pit? Actually, no. They win. They just kind of sit on the floor and they start licking their hand and cleaning behind their ear, going yeah, yeah. You never commanded what to do when they win.
Smoochie reaches down in the mech and picks up Amelia's champion
Mm-hmm.
and just goes and flicks them as far as they can.
Do they make a little twinkle in
Yeah.
the sky after they get thrown?
That twinkle is actually them going through a window way far away.
Clementine just thinks it's a really cool special effect. It's fine.
It's an amazing special effect.
Yeah, Smoochie does that like really, really low-grade magic trick of it's here, it's gone.
All right. So you've got Tabitha, who's just sat cleaning themselves like a cat. What do? What do now? Clementine, you won. You won the bet. What was the? What were you betting with? What was the grand prize?
Well, I was betting with coupons, but
Meaningless currency.
yes,
Right.
but the lower ranking, they're required to just gamble with real money. So, Clementine gets a whole bunch of money, and yeah, you know, some other people bet on that guy. I'm sure they get paid some.
I don't think anyone was gonna bet on the cat person.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. If any of them do, they receive some money, but if they want to negotiate, like, why they didn't receive an equal percentage as Clementine, they can go ask Clementine about that.
You realize Clementine would be the one to go, oh, that's not fair. Here, have my equal share.
Yeah, well,
Wait, oh, yay, money. Okay, free ice cream pizza for everyone, I guess?
All right, I figured out what Tabitha's gonna do. Post winning, and when they're finally allowed out of the pit, Tabitha is just gonna walk over to Clementine, and just meow. You now have a cat person. You have a human cat. Tabitha will follow you around and pester you for attention.
send them to the summer home.
There you go.
Meow.
Scritch.
This is terrifying.
Yes.
You made a actual human cat.
Yes, this is terrifying.
Hey. Yes.
We kept asking if we could, and we never stopped to ask if we should.
See, the thing is the only person who understands this is Maya. And if
And Maya never asked if we should.
yeah, but if Maya ever actually gets uncomfortable with where this goes, Maya can just be like, nope, we just stop, and there's no way Amelia's gonna figure out how to make that actually work. And Clementine has not actually been told how any of this has happened. So,
You just think this is a really affectionate person.
Yeah.
oh yeah, you just
Clementine's like, wow, you're really dedicated to your role.
yeah, no, method acting, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So what's the plan after this place? Are we going to follow our troops to Pallet, Indiana?
Yeah, so I think we've sent Jim, and we've already got a shop set up there, so that our influence will grow and kind of have a kicking off point ready for when we arrive. We'll arrive, and once we've got to the point where our control is no longer subtext but just text, then we roll in just the troops and take full control, I think.
Excellent.
Yes, and so we will secure this radio tower, set up everything you need, and we can just have that ready for when we figure out exactly what we want to do with it.
Lovely plan.
Because, I mean, I was very excited to send static into people's brains, but, and I point over towards the cat person, I'm now scared.
Clementine, as far as you're aware, Amelia's just pointed at you and said, I'm scared.
Well, I mean, I did hug a building today.
Yeah, fair assumption.
I want to have the logic down.
That and a like fail-safe backup immunity for us.
Mhm.
Whatever you need to
Oh,
do
yes,
to
of course.
like in case it all goes wrong.
Right.
Yeah. Cuz that is scary.
Yeah.
You know what I'll do? I'll put in triggers that we can say that will revert them to different states.
Yes, like sleeper agents. Yes.
Yeah. So if they're getting too aggressive and we're worried, we can say the code word, and they'll go to sleep or just stop what they're doing or whatever.
Yes, very good plan. Yeah. Okay.
Meanwhile, Clementine is teaching Pepper with like patty cake.
Roll charisma.
Oh Jesus! This is gonna go well.
18. Yeah. Clem, your natural affinity for animals has, well, Pokemon, non-intelligent life form, like non-human level intelligent life forms, has paid off yet again. Tabitha is sat down, and they're going, yum, 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 yum.
Oh.
You've taught them to speak. Tabitha will now play patty cake with you on command.
So we never took the aggression programming out of it? So is it like an attack cat? If something like...
Oh no! Does she think that Clementine is her kitten now?
Yeah.
Right. It's a bodyguard cat.
Person.
Cat person. Yes.
This is making me really uncomfortable. So I'm just gonna, and I grab a set of the cat ear things and put it on it. There. That's better.
They kind of look up and go, meow, and start stroking behind them.
All right.
That helps. I think.
Now we just need to get them a tail.
Ever can do that.
Shit, yeah.
Like, Ever's really good at, like, sewing and making clothes and stuff. We can just have Ever make a tail. Or if that mutation stuff goes anywhere.
Yes. I was gonna ask, Bardic.
Yeah.
So you know how in Pokemon there's that Bill dude?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a Bill in this region that does Pokemon stuff? Because I remember there's a scene in Pokemon where you rescue him from being turned into a Pokemon.
Yeah. All right. So, in Pokemon lore, like in the decades and decades of established things, there are countless attempts at combining Pokemon genetics and human genetics in all different types of media. You know, in the Pokemon Adventures manga, that is what created Mewtwo. Mewtwo is the combination of Mew's DNA and Blaine, the 7th gym leader from Cinnabar Island, and that's why. Ditto is a failed cloning experiment, and Bill, he messed around with.
Did he turn into like a Slowpoke or something?
Clefairy.
Oh yeah, it's a Clefairy. I just remembered pink.
Pokemon genetics is a thing that can be played with. Logically, if you wanted to play around with that, one starting point would be going all the way back. Well, you never met her, but Amelia and Clementine.
Oh yeah, Professor
would be Professor Maple.
Yeah,
because she specialized in Pokemon breeding.
Cool.
So that would be a good first port of call.
Also, I'm an evolver. I'm just gonna like smush my keystone against the forehead of this cat person. Just because Amelia doesn't really know how this stuff works and just tries to make them evolve into a more cat person.
And they kind of look at the shiny and go,
yeah, no, that's mine. So we need to find this Professor Maple.
They do that thing, you know, when a cat just slowly extends its hand, waiting to bat at the shiny.
I just put it in my purse.
Oh.
Okay, so do we want to go do that ourselves, or should we send some grunts to just go collect this Professor Maple?
Well, it depends on the relationship you'd want with her.
Well, I know she doesn't like me right now.
The last interaction you had with her is, you basically tried to steal Pokemon from her.
Mm-hmm.
Should we have Clementine go mend some fences?
Yes. Yeah, that. Clementine, do you remember Professor Maple? We met her forever ago. She was that lady who gave us Pokemon when we first got here.
Yeah, I remember her.
Yeah. You wanna take one of the mechs and swing by her house, see if she wants to come over?
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of character, it's horrifying the way that my character phrased that.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Clem, you can jump in, you'll be where, you can fly across, you've got fast travel, you can go to Tabletop Village, you arrive there. The gaggle of children which were introduced to the concept of anarchy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. What
They have started spray painting all over town. You know, some of them do like there's Team Crossbones symbols. The kids essentially run the town.
Great. Excellent.
And these are like 4 and 5-year-olds. They were introduced to the concept of, you can break the rules by the poker taker punching one of their Pokemon in the face.
So, would Clementine be bothered if I sent like 2 grunts to just like go with her?
No.
All right, cool. So one of them, their explicit job is to watch Clementine. Just, just watch Clementine. And the other one, his job is to hand out pamphlets.
See, like, Clementine doesn't mind going with the grunts because I feel like Clementine, she kind of has a good rapport with all the grunts.
Oh yeah, imagine.
Yeah.
Like always takes them out for free pizza and stuff.
Yeah. All right. So you land. The kids who are just, they're kind of on little tricycles and push bikes, pretending like we're on like pretending we're like biker gangs. Kind of.
Just a bunch of tricycles cycling around an old person.
Stop, nerds!
Yeah. You land in the giant beware bar. All the kids got what? They've all got like lollipops sticking out their mouth, looking like cigarettes. But Clementine, you get out your mech, and there's a hush, and then the leader of these children. It's kind of hard to see any of them as a leader because they're like 5 years old. Oh God, they had like a really obnoxious, annoying child voice. So I'm wondering if in the passing months they have developed a really obnoxious, off-putting, gangster voice.
Oh no.
But as a child. Okay, so they had like this really annoying little kid voice. So it was like up here, but now they're kind of like a cool gang. So it's like, yeah. Hey, oh my God, it's Clementine! I watched her. She won at the Fight Town tournament, and Team Crossbones. So, what you doing here? This place is like lame. No, that's not the correct word. That's a bad word. That is a stigmatizing word. This place is not cool. It's boring.
I mean, you guys seem to be having fun.
We gotta make our own. I don't like it. But we can't leave because my mommy says my bedtime's at 8:30.
There's lots of stuff to do before 8:30, though.
I mean,
make something cool.
Like what?
No, make a statue.
We can do that.
Cool. Where's
I got some Legos.
Those are cool.
I'll make a statue out of Legos. So why are you here?
I'm looking for Professor Maple.
She's like boarded up in like the lab because when she comes out, we throw things at her because she's a nerd.
No. Has she personally wronged you? Has she personally wronged you?
Yeah. She told us not to throw stuff at us. She tried to oppress our individuality by corporate rules. She tried to force us into a mainstream mindset instead of letting us express ourselves in ways we see fit. It's oppressive. She is like bad.
But you threw things at her first.
No. Maybe. I don't remember.
Okay. Maybe stop throwing things at her until she starts really oppressing you.
But anarchy is confusing.
Right, but like you gotta give her a chance to like you've made it known, you're not gonna tolerate being held down and having her individuality suppressed, right? So now you got to give her the chance to learn from that. And she can't learn. She can't learn if you keep throwing things at her.
So we let her like come out, and she knows that if she tries to tell us not to do or be who we want to be, then we'll throw stuff. So then, in theory, she knows that if she doesn't want stuff thrown at us, to not. Got it. But yeah, she's in there.
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna get working on my Lego statue of. I don't know. Maybe something cool, like with wings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it can breathe fire.
Yes.
Okay. Bye. Gets back on his little tricycle. I have no concept of how children operate.
I mean, that's how I understand children operate. They have a tricycle until they turn 18. They ride it around and sing songs on it, you know, like children do.
Yeah.
Yes. Although there's a weird gap where I'm not understanding when, but I think it's somewhere in that like teenage era where they just start making up things and pretend like it's a thing that makes total sense as to why we should all be interested in it and why these things should make sense. You know, like all these challenges. That has to happen somewhere in the teenage era.
Uh-huh.
But we call that the dark times.
Right.
Alrighty, yeah, Clem, you can head in to the lab. The door has got like a big Team Crossbones thing, like finger painted on. They couldn't get access to spray paint. But you can. The door's locked, but you're Clementine. You can break it.
So she's not answering the door?
When you knock, you hear oh, God. It was a really bad attempt at Canadian, I think. / North Midwest. So, oh dear. I'm trying to remember how I got up into it. It's kind of like, no, I don't remember. Screw it. I'll just go offensive Canadian stereotype because that's all I can do. Oh, hello there. I'm Professor Maple. How do you do?
Hi.
But it's more panicked, so it's a little bit more. Oh no, children! Please don't set fire to my things again. That's not very kind of yous.
Wait, no, they told me they were just throwing things, not setting things up. Oh my god.
We made the little mistake of giving children access to small lizards that can breathe fire. Probably wasn't the smartest choice anyone could make.
Yeah, no, that wasn't smart.
No. Oh, hello there.
Hi.
Can I let you in?
Yeah.
Right. Grand. Wonderful. You hear like 12 locks go and the door opens and they invite you in. The lab's a mess. You can assume that she has been living in here for a while.
Oh, honey.
I know. I just got too scared to step out there, eh? It's, you know.
Do you want a vacation from the children?
Yes.
Okay. Just come with me. We'll get you some ice cream pizza, and then I'll take you over to Sorcerosity, and yeah.
So, just to clarify, eh? I should follow you, someone who is a basic stranger, into your vehicle because you have offered me something sweet.
I'm also not throwing things that you were setting anything on fire.
Oh no, I'm not saying I'm not going to. I was just clarifying the situation here.
Okay.
Okay. You offered me some. You offered me some sweeties. I'm coming with you. Just PSA: children do not get into vehicles with strangers.
Don't do it.
Also, don't watch this show.
Yeah. What are you doing? Just because it says Pokemon.
Way past your bedtime. And
Uh,
Yeah. You now have Professor Maple with you.
the story is fine.
You may engage in any conversation you like with her on the travel over, or you can just, give her a warm cup of coffee and a comfy chair.
Oh yes.
I imagine behind Professor Maple's back, the grunt like holds up a pair of handcuffs. It's just like, you need these?
That's awful kind of you, but I'm not. I need to know someone out a little bit better, eh? I'm not that kind of. I'm not that kind of girl.
Before they leave, Clementine's gonna take like the grunt that was passing out pamphlets, and she's like, "Okay, Ted, these kids are little hellions. I need you to instill morals in them."
Okay, Ted. Unfortunately, what jumps into my mind when I hear Ted is we have a TV. Well, we had a TV show over here called Father Ted. I don't know if I ever made it to the States, which is basically set in a small Irish town with 3 Irish priests. That is the concept of the TV show. So, Grunt Ted.
What? Because you remember how we predominantly recruit people who drop out of college? What did he drop out of?
Religious studies?
I think it would be hilarious if it's ethics.
Yeah, he dropped out of our religion and ethics because he refuses to believe that the entire universe came from a Pokemon egg. Because the simple concept that we could capture God in a Pokeball. No, I can't believe that. Okay, so Irish. Do the offensive thing to get into the Irish. But we're not going Northern Ireland because that's up there. So we're going to go Republic of Ireland because that's a lot more stereotypical and a bit easier to make fun of. Okay, so here we go. So you want me to instill some morals in these wee little babbies? All right, no problem. I can do that. I'm assuming we do that not the way my parents did, which was, not pleasant because it usually involved a Bible. We're going to do it by sitting them down in nice, controlled little social groups and have them engage in moral discourse, discussing what is and isn't acceptable and putting it in terms that they can understand. So, if we wanted to tell them that stealing, for example, was not exactly a grand thing to be doing to each other, we'd suggest it in a manner of saying, would you particularly like it if I started taking all of your things without any consent or anything like that? And, it'll be grand. We'll have a great old time.
Consent's a good one too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. We won't want to be teaching the people they can be doing anything willy-nilly. You need to get lots of verbal and whatnot agreements. And you don't just take someone's word and we go, oh, okay, fine. They need to actually really want to do it, or what's the point?
What on earth is this? No, just this session as a whole.
This is what happens when you ruin my encounter.
Yeah, okay. Oh, jeez.
And that was also my TED Talk.
What a nice.
Oh.
Okay, so you've now got Ted talking to children to educate them on basic morals while still retaining the essential philosophical concept of anarchy.
Yes.
But moralistic anarchy.
Yeah.
Anarchy which does not inflict harm upon others.
Yes.
It's more like political anarchy, one would say.
Like you
Did
know.
he take the pamphlets away though?
Oh God, no.
Just- Don't steal. Join the mafia.
It's not really stealing when people are giving it to you now, is it?
There you go.
Look, you teach them the simple things first, and then you teach them when to break the rules. But you have to know the rules first.
Oh yeah, we establish rules and then we tell them when it is and isn't applicable to break rules. Because let's face it, a rule only exists to see how far it can really be bent and broken at the appropriate time. Because if you follow a rule with no dedication to understanding when it is and isn't applicable to bend and break said rule, then you're just living in an oppressive totalitarianism, and that's just not appropriate for anybody to live, thrive, and survive.
Exactly. Good talk.
This is probably the guy who writes the jargon on the pamphlets.
I'm quite frankly astounded that I can say all of those words so quickly. The fun tip, if you ever wanting to do like a Republic of Ireland, stereotypical stuff, like that's it. You basically just speed up a lot of what you're saying, and that there. My other go-to tip is, well, with any voice really, because I'm just trying to fill time here as well. Find phrases, and my phrase for that is to go church, 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 church. Because it just, you say that and then you just start talking afterwards and it works.
Yeah, key phrases help with accents and stuff a lot.
Mm-hmm. I did a character for the previous Vampire the Masquerade campaign, and it was really hard to. I can speak Spanish fluently and I can speak English fluently. What I cannot do without a lot of effort is speak English in a Mexican accent or speak Spanish in an American accent. Those things are really, really hard. And I had to set up phrases in the language that I wanted to put that accent into the other language. So I'd say phrases in Spanish to then speak English in a Mexican accent.
See, the way the English school system works here, when we get taught languages in schools, like especially when we get examined on it, a key part of that is the oral part where you have to speak the language, and a huge chunk of points to the accent, like that actually matters. And personally, that's the only thing I could actually do in languages. I would just have to learn and pretend like I knew what I was saying. Because you have never heard anything so wrong to the ears, because I grew up in Yorkshire. You have never heard anything so wrong as hearing someone with a thick Yorkshire accent speaking French. Okay. So Yorkshire is kind of, unfortunately, I do a really lazy thing and just make it sound gruff. It's basically Sean Bean, from everything, because he's from Sheffield like me. So it's proper. Hey lad, Yorkshire, you got to talk all serious and gruff and and so there's nothing quite so bad when you hear that. You're going bonjour, ça va, ça va bien. Fantastique. Où est la bibliothèque? Je voudrais un livre, s'il vous plaît.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's so wrong.
I have one last thing I want to do for the session, which is under Sorcerer City, set up a secret underground lab.
Mm-hmm.
And migrate our mech research, our mind control research, our mutation research and everything else into a like secure lab under the city.
Okay.
And
That sounds fair.
basically just Maya owns all that.
Are you converting the crater to an underground
Oh
lab?
yeah, that's just like the yes.
You don't even need to dig it out. You just
Right.
put a ceiling on it.
Yeah, that's the beginning. You just laid a giant plate of metal over the top of it. Sweet.
Great. Awesome. Yeah. Next session, I will help convince Professor Maple to help us in our activities.
All right.
I'm good at convincing people to do things that they don't want to do.
Yeah. So to finish off this session, basically, because we are basically at time. Clementine, you are right back. You've got Professor Maple with you. She looks a lot more relaxed and happy. She doesn't look like she's about to rip her own hair out in stress from being attacked and bullied by children. You've essentially saved a very tired, stressed out preschool teacher.
Yeah, fair.
And then I walk up and say, hello. Remember me?
I would be lying if I said yes, I remember you because I'm terrified of who you are.
You know who we are? There's no need to be afraid. Clementine will take care of you. Right?
Thank
She'll be
God.
fine, right? Clementine? Yeah. See?
Yeah.
Professor Maple. Maya Waltz.
I think that name sounds familiar.
Oh, does it?
Maya's really cool. You'll like her a lot.
I swear I used to go to a university with. Were you on an advanced engineering course at any point in time?
Several.
Sorry, I don't actually remember you. Just the name.
Well, that's
Although,
fine.
I think I remember you got kicked out, didn't you?
Well, see, when people in charge don't exactly agree with the research you choose to do, they try to push it down. And so that's when I decided I should do the research and also be in charge.
That makes sound logical sense.
Thank you. Everything I say does.
Professor Maypole leans into Clementine. I think I'm scared of her too.
Would you like to see the facilities we're setting up?
Is it that big hole in the ground?
Yes.
Oh, when'd you put the metal over it? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's new. We've been working on it while you were gone.
Yeah. We've got a
Do you
guy,
just
he's
use-
currently plasma cutting a hole in it so we can get in there.
Do you just use some of the sheet metal? Like, do you just cut off bits of the giant robot dragon mech? So it's just like claws and.
Oh, yes.
It looks like a thing from like the evil place in She-Ra, just like dark colors and like claws and stuff. And
You know what? Using this, we could probably turn this into some sort of like memorial or something. You know, to all the brave rangers that died.
right, of course.
Yes.
Thank you for your services.
And money.
And data
And mech parts.
and that.
That's a really long, awkward plaque.
I mean, it's a very big hole. We're gonna need a lot of memorial.
Okay.
Great.
In fact, we might just build like a
Final-
small museum.
That's the cover. On top, it's a museum. Underneath, it's my lab.
Yes!
The museum.
And then it has a secret door. Like you go up to like a thingy and like you push the code and it goes like. Brrr.
It could be like a
You go
vending
down-
machine or something.
Is Jim's bed? All right.
Wonderful.
Final thing anybody wants to do or say to get the final laugh for this session? If you can't think of anything clever, just say butts.
But
Nice.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean,
No,
speaking of butts, you've now introduced a cool new Pokemon professor to Maya, so just saying.
Nice. And I will actually find a consistent voice. I need to go away and work on that because I've noticed it just like it's just gone everywhere.
Yeah. So tomorrow we inform the professor that Maya is her new boss.
Okay. So we've got plans for that. Obviously, next session we have Teddy back.
Yeah.
She will get her death grudge match with her brother. So that'll be fun to do.
Everett's gonna be so confused when she gets back here.
Oh, yeah, definitely gonna need to make sure she watches this.
Yeah. All right. I believe that is us done for the evening.
Rock on, y'all.
I want to find some people who, maybe even people who don't even know what D&D is, and make them listen to this.
I think in reality, what it sounds like, I have no idea. What I would like to believe is it sounds like just a group of people coming together to write the like stupidest, least consistent fan fiction possible.
Yes.
And occasionally someone goes, yeah, see if that would actually work. Let's just roll and see if we get a big enough number.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. That is a really kind of lazy fan fiction where it's Pokemon, but then now we have mechs.
Yes.
I mean, it's...
Yes, we do.
But in the game, it's so good.
It is. I love it. All right. That is us for the evening. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around and trying to comprehend this nonsense. If you have succeeded, please message me and tell me what you understand about it, because I don't. Please, someone explain what's going on to me. But until then, hey, welcome to Party. Wonderful place. We would love it if you would stick around for more things, and you can do that by clicking the follow button here on Twitch. You can join the Discord server in the link down below. You can follow them on Twitter at Welcome Party RPG, here on Twitch at twitch.tv/Welcome Party RPG. You can also subscribe and all that good stuff because money is pleasant. You can also subscribe over on YouTube, which is youtube.com/Welcome to the Party. And finally, if you are a beautiful, kind-hearted human being, you can also become a patron over on the Patreon, which I believe somebody can throw the thingy into the chat quickly, but there is usually a link somewhere on the screen where you are watching this. A huge thank you to our amazing sponsors, Tabletop Loot, for all of your dice and various other things you may or... No, you need them. Like you like to tell yourself that you don't need them, but then they end up in your shopping cart, and then soon you've lost $200 because you bought 20 sets of stuff, and you just need all the dice.
Even better is when you don't play in person anymore.
Yeah. I've played in person maybe 3 times ever.
Yep.
See, why do you think I like to DM? So I have an excuse to use them. I mean, thankfully, I just have a bunch of cheap, crappy ones I got off Amazon for like $5. Like that was all I spent on dice ever. But it's a good thing I don't play in person, otherwise I'd want to buy more all the time. But hey, you should buy them anyway from Tabletop Loot because they sponsor us.
Yeah.
Also, huge thank you to Devin Rue. She has provided free artwork for things that we do here on the channel. That is ruinc.com, and you can go check her out. Wonderful person. And finally, the person who makes all of our merch possible. That is So Nerdwear. And you can find out more by doing !merch, and there's usually links here, there, and everywhere. And finally, go and join the Discord. Link is down below. Go check that out. Welcome to Party. It is an amazing place. It's where I met these amazing people, and it's just the best. Like, that's just an indisputable fact,
For
at least in my...
no particular reason, Bardic, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color? I'd say I'm relatively partial to gray, because I'm that asshole who likes to be like, but everything is shades of gray. Ooh.
Well, see, I just recently learned that you don't have any good dice.
That's not strictly true. I have 2 nice sets, which I bought when I first got into the hobby, and then my other 7 sets are cheap ones.
Well, I've got a lot of options here.
Don't buy me things. I mean, strangers over the internet, sure, buy me things. Friends don't. I'll get weird and bashful and go, no, you're spoiling me. Anyhow, hey, welcome to the party. Wonderful place, wonderful people. Me, I'm the Bardic Knock. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, all under the Bardic Knock. Michi, where would I find you on the internet doing things?
Hello, I'm Michi. You can find me on Twitter at Michisaurus. You can also find me here every Monday night, except it's coming up Monday, playing Aegis Shield of Earth, which is our masked campaign, and it is hilarious and all of the teenage feels. You can find me here on the 2nd and 4th Thursday, playing this lovely Pokemon game. It's a thing. You can also find me Sunday here with Vibrant Visible Victorious, which is our one-shot campaign for Black, Indigenous, mixed people of color. I will be GMing a game of Paranoia.
That sounds scary.
It's gonna be great.
No, please.
I also sell things on the internet.
I was just about to ask you if I could buy things off of you.
I'm learning. I make and sell soap. My current soap, it has kitty ears. It's very adorable. You should go check it out.
Wonderful. Lily, where can I find you on the internet doing stuff?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Lily. In all of the places, should be Lilypad Nebula, Twitch, Twitter, all that junk. I'm here every other Thursday, being a smart. I think we did need to talk stuff about it, but like, I think Winds of Chaos might be a thing soonish again, maybe, but I need to talk about it. We'll see. We were told soonish, maybe, but yeah, hopefully. I really want to. I miss that game a lot.
So good.
I'm not a smart in that game, but I am. I'm basically Clementine if Clementine had a sword and was also an elf.
I mean, Clementine did have a sword.
Does she have a sword given to her by a sex demon?
Ooh, Slanesh.
Is Maya a sex demon?
Maya's not.
Then no. And
Yes.
bro, is there a way I can give you money over the internet?
I do have a Patreon set up. It's not doing anything right now. Kind of just a placeholder thing for it now, but it is there if you want to go to patreon.com/LilypadNebula.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all of that. And finally, Shogun, where do I find you on the internet doing things?
Oh, don't bother. I am.
No! I must bother!
I am Shogun117 on Twitter, and I am here for Pokemon games and also Vampire the Masquerade every other Saturday, which will be this week. And Yeah, it's not much going on right now. If you check me out in the Discord, which there should be a link below, you can get a hold of me to join the play-by-post Adventures at Sea game. It is a play-by-post pirate game, which two of the people here are on that. And it's a RP heavy play by post where you are not required to be present at all times. It's okay to fade in and out, and we just roll with it because not everyone has time to commit to a once a week game or whatever. It's available for you to play when you have time rather than being forced to, hey, I'm going to be here every Wednesday for the next 2 years.
I'm there.
Yeah. And also, Bardic.
I too am there.
Bardic is a DM there. So yeah. That's it.
I know I apply the same DM logic as I always do, as in I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna make it sound cool.
Do we get any XP for killing a giant dragon robot?
Since you killed it in mechs, your mechs do not level up. You will level them up by getting new equipment for
Okay,
them,
sweet.
so it's not XP.
That's all good.
All right, that's us done. Are we gonna go raid somebody and then I can?
Scraticus is on right now, so we're gonna go raid them.
Alrighty, do that. So until next time, everybody, stay safe and happy adventuring.
Bye, everybody. 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.
Cool.
Be elvish every now and then.